Hello and welcome, I'm Sebastian and I make travel videos. But today I'm going to talk about the Tamron 17 to 28 f2.8 versus the Tamron 28 to 75 f2.8. So like a big and small brother versus each other. Which one is the better pick for travel vlogs, videos, cinematic videos, and in general? So first things first, this whole video is going to be on the Tamron 28 to 75. That is how I normally film. It's at f2.8. Right now I'm at a 60 shutter speed with 500 ISO. And in my hand I have the other one, which is the Tamron 17 to 28, which is a little bit wider, but it's not something I would use in this setup right here. Rather, I want it to be focused a little bit more. So first things first, outside they look pretty much identical. The only difference is it's slightly bigger, the Tamron 28 to 75, than the smaller brother, and it's slightly heavier because of that. But other than that, the build is pretty much identical, same materials, same build, just the difference in the numbers here, like the printout, and even the filter size is the same because they use the same 67mm filter thread. So if you have any, ND filters for that, you have for this one too. So if you have both, you can actually use the same filter or have some kind of system like that. So usually for travel and for vlogging especially, people would go for something like 17 to 28 because it's a little bit wider. And not only that, it's also better for vlogging because if you hold it in one hand, you have a little bit more, you can show a little bit more around you. And it's generally, the wider the better for vlogging. But for me, it is not the case. I might be a little bit biased because I'm used to this lens, but I feel like I use the 28 to 75 all the time. And because of that, even in the vlogging, I feel like it just feels a little bit more cinematic, even in like talking head or talking in general, even out and about, because it kind of like has that focus on you instead of everything around you, which I kind of like. It's kind of like a personal preference of my artistic view on how I like it to look like. But I understand where it comes from with the 17 or like the wider angle, and I understand it's going to be more, personal preference, whether you like it a little bit more wider or a little bit more like this. Now, if I'm about to talk about the quality of the lenses, they're both amazing, and I think both of them are amazing value for money. For the value that they provide and the money that you will have to invest into them, I think both of them are a great buy. But I would actually prefer to ask yourself that question if you're gonna use this range or this. Check your photos or check what you need, because sometimes you think you might need something but you don't really need it. For example, for me, I took those two lenses to Vienna, both of them, and 90% of the work I did was actually on the Tamron 28 to 75, even though it is the tighter looking. I feel like the range is a little bit more useful to me because I can go anywhere from vlogging at 28 to like zooming in and having like those special shots, a little bit more bokeh zoomed in. And with the Sony a7 III, you can actually click to get a little bit more range. So essentially making it like 105 instead of a 75. So it really makes it so much more versatile in my opinion, and at f2.8 at the whole range you can really get unique shots. Where I feel like this is more like a specialty lens. I only used it when I needed to get a little bit wider, or I couldn't move backwards to get a little bit wider or show a little bit more. But here's the thing, I know a lot of people like to have the wide angle because, let's be honest, in travel people tend to do like those wide angle shots of maybe like a landscape or like a building. For those things, I think this is gonna be the better bet. This is gonna be the better one. It kind of feels like it's more specialty based for that occasions where you are indoors or like a building and you're close to it, you want to get a cool shot, or just any specialty that you might want with the wide angle lens. Where this one, pretty much like an all-in-one lens that you can do almost everything with. A portrait shoot, you could do vlogging, everything I think you can really do with it. Just one thing that I feel it kind of lacks is if you're indoors and you don't really have much space to show too much, this is where this one would totally win over the 28 to 75. Both of those lenses are 2.8 at the whole range, and together they are from 17 to 75, so if you have both of them, you have the whole range at 2.8. But the thing is, if you're to buy just one, because let's say your budget is a little bit lower, which one would you take and which one should you invest in and use? Well, like I said, it's gonna be pretty much based on what you are looking for. So if someone is making like 90% of the shots really wide and wants like buildings and landscapes and sculptures and, you know, like landmarks, this one is gonna be better for you. If you're someone like me that does pretty much run and gun and whatever you see, you do, I think the Tamron 28-75 is much better. So in short, for me, the answer would be the Tamron 22-75. That is my lens of my choice. I think for my style of shooting, where we are really on the run pretty much and running and gunning at the same time, I think that one ticks more boxes for me. And because of that, I think it is the one that I'm gonna still keep on using, because like I said, in Vienna, for 90% of the work I did was with that lens. And I would only change out the lenses whenever I needed a more specialty lens, either like an 85 or this 17-28. I think this lens is great if you are actually shooting in that range. If you're shooting in that range, it's amazing. But other than that, this one is the more versatile. And that is why I will pick it as my #1 lens for travel filmmaking. If you're looking for a wide angle lens, I would highly recommend it because it's good. It's really sharp. Both of those lenses are amazing. Both of them are amazing value for money for what they offer. It's just that you have to ask yourself which kind of shooting you do. Which is more for you? Are you looking for a wide angle or are you looking for something more versatile? At the end of the day, you can't go wrong. Both are amazing lenses and I think you would be happy with both of them. Like I said before, just your personal preference and you have to choose which one would you like. For me, that is going to be the Tamron 20-75 for the versatility of it and our style of shooting. Both are incredible and both are really well priced. So that's going to be it for today. Before we end this video, a couple of things that I want to mention very quickly. First off, if you like the music in this video or in any other of my work, check out Epidemic Sound and Artlist. If you choose to sign up through the Epidemic Sound link, you'll get a 30 days free trial. If you choose to sign up through Artlist link, you'll get 2 extra months on top of your purchase. If you want to support our channel, check out my Patreon and my website. And last but not least, if you want to join a travel community, check out Travel the World. It's a Facebook travel community. If you're into that kind of stuff, check it out. It's gonna be a link down below. So that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video once again, and I'll see you next time.